Emmanuel, Nigeria. All right, it's good to have you all on this call today. It's good to have us on this call today. So we're going to jump right into the conversation that we have. All right, we are going to jump right into, you can see Elizabeth as well, Elizabeth, Canada, and also Hope from United Kingdom. So we have three main countries that are all gathered here today: Nigeria, United Kingdom, and also Canada. Okay, so like I said earlier, we're going to be discussing the 2026 Freedom Strategy. Okay, if you are looking to have an amazing year come 2026, now is the best time for you to start planning towards it. Okay, if you're planning your financial freedom for 2026, now is the time for you to also start. Now, one of the major mistakes that we always make is that we always want a perfect start. Oh, I want to start this by the 1st of January 2026. It's going to be very, very challenging if your intention is by 1st of January, 12 midnight, I want to start this exact task. That is you putting yourself on a very, very high pedestal. Okay. So, but if your intention is next year, I want to do this, now it's time for you to start. Before we jump right in, just a quick question. How many of us said that this year they're going to break into tech? That's this year that's about to finish, 2025. How many of us said that we're going to break into tech? You don't have to lie, just be honest. If you said, oh, this year I'm going to break into tech, just drop a comment or raise your hand, and I'm even going to ask you to ask you how the journey has been so far. So how many of us say that they are going to break into tech this year, 2025? Or nobody here made that decision? Nobody here planned to break into tech this year. Okay, I think nobody here made that decision. Fantastic, which means everybody here on the call right now, we are all still postulating that we are going to break into tech come 2026. Okay, so I'm going to drive on that premise. Now, I'm riding on who exactly is actually organizing this amazing event that we are having today. So we are Tenalytics, right? We are Tenalytics, and we're leading educational technology company that is focused on providing specialized training in tech skills and also helping you to break into different tech career paths. Okay. And then we've done this for over 5 years, helping people that are close to 3,000 move from our classroom to landing their first job across US, Canada, Europe, and also Africa and Asia. And there are 10 basic career paths that we are focused on. And there's a reason why we are focused on those career paths. Okay. And how exactly have we been able to do this? So what we always do is we bring in experts that's already working in the field to come back to the classroom to teach you using real life experience and give you those skills and experience that recruiters want you to have. When you're looking for a job and HRs are mentioning, oh, we want someone with 5 years of experience, 3 years of experience. How do you build up those years of experience without having a job? All right. So that is where we fully come in, providing you with skill-based experience learning that's going to equip you with all those years of experience that you actually need. Right. And who am I that I've been speaking to you for the last couple of minutes? My name is Chukwemeka, and I'm the CEO of Tenalytics with over 10 years of experience in career development and, of course, tech industry insights. For the last couple of years, I've worked in different sectors of the economy. I've worked as a business growth consultant. I've worked as a data analyst. I've worked as a head of control. I've also worked as a governance, risk, and compliance officer. But presently, I'm working as a talent developer across Africa and also Europe, right? For the last couple of years, I've also been in this exact domain. I've helped close to 10,000 individuals with no tech experience, empower them with the tech skills that they actually desire. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn at Chukwu Emeka Ekpa, or Twitter at Emeka_Heist, or Instagram at Ekpa_Chuks. And we're going to continue this conversation from there. All right. And we're going to jump right into the main purpose of our discussion today. Okay. But there are things that I want you to actually know before we break into this conversation. Number one is that we all need to make 2026 the focused year of our lives. No matter the path that you're looking at it from, a lot of things, they are changing. If you look at it from the career perspective, a lot of things are changing. If you look at it from personal perspective, a lot of things are changing. I mean, if you sit down right now and check the age you're going to be turning by 2026, you're going to feel like, oh, this is actually a very, very serious year for me. All right. So all of us on this call needs to find out a time to know that 2026 is a focused year of our lives. No distraction, just you and your discipline to become. So anything that you have desired that you want to do in the next couple of years, it starts now. And one major mistake that we always make is that when we look at 2026 from a career perspective, it doesn't mean that you have to pause your life now and wait till January of 2026 to kick it off. No, right? Anything that you want to do. For instance, my intention is I want to save 1 million naira or $1 million or £1 million, depending on the currency you're looking at it from. I want to save it from January. My plan is to start now. For each month coming into next year, how do I want it to go? All right. If your own plan is that, oh, next year I want to leave this exact industry I'm in to break into this career path, that means you need to use December to start looking for which organizations are offering what I'm looking for. If your intention is that, oh, by next year I'm going to hit the gym, I want to take my health and fitness journey serious. It is in December they have to make the decision of, oh, let me register with this fitness company so that by January 1st, I'm going to start. But if you are waiting to get to January 1st before you make your move, you are already wrong. Right? Like I said earlier, one major mistake that we always make is waiting for that perfect time. Well, I want to do it at 8 a.m. on Monday, 1st of January 2026. That is one major mistake you're going to make. Because nothing is stopping you from making that move by 7:58 p.m. on a 27th of December 2025. Nothing is stopping you to do that move. Okay? But because we have this perfection mindset sometimes, we tend to push on things that we want to achieve to a later time. All right? So we have to look at it from a focus perspective rather, and know that it is you and your discipline that is going to make you to become what you want to be come 2026. Now, after this session, there are 3 basic things I want all of us to leave this conversation with. Number 1 is for us to understand the career strategy, right? Whether you are coming from the support career path, or whether you are a stay-at-home parent, or whether you're already doing anything that you currently are doing right now, you need to understand what exactly is a career strategy like, okay? And then you need to understand the 2026 areas of focus. Now, each year, there's a blueprint of what is going to happen the next year. But one major mistake that we always make is that sometimes we don't even look at these blueprints, right? We just, do things from this is what my mind is telling me. This is what my instincts are telling me, right? But why not look at it from that blueprint perspective that the world always gives to us? Okay. And of course, lastly, you're going to understand how to package yourself and of course, position yourself for all those areas of focus. Okay, and if there's anything that you intend to take out of this conversation that is not listed here, please feel free to put it in the chat box, right? And before this session will be over, I will make sure I touch base with every single thing that we've been able to drop in the comment segment, okay? If there is anything that you want to take out from this call and it's not here, please feel free to put it down. I'm going to make sure that I touch it before we finish today. Now, first thing that we need to look at is we need to understand the job market from 2026. Okay. And I believe there is nobody on this call that have not heard. I mean, if you've not heard about the moves that technology and artificial intelligence is making towards coming into 2026, that means you are definitely not living on this earth with us. Okay. No matter the career path that you are presently existing, the news, the noise must have gotten to you. So it means that next year is most companies are tilting towards AI and technology environment. So the question you have to ask yourself is, how do I position myself in the tech industry to make sure that I'm also able to reap from this new fruit that is about to germinate? Okay, so what exactly do I need to do to make sure that I position myself properly for the 2026 job market? Once you're able to answer that question, you're going to realize that it's going to propel your career path for a long time. And the beauty of this is that from all studies out there, from all surveys that I've been able to look at, there's always this classification around from 2026 to 2030, this is what is going to happen. So what it's telling us is this, that if you are unable to catch it at that beginning phase of 2026, and you are now maybe breaking into it by 2027, you're no more going to be an experienced person within that exact domain. You're going to be a newbie. but there are people that are already catching it from that onset of 2026. Okay, so the job market is entirely shifting, and how exactly? What perspective is it tilting towards? Now, according to the World Economic Forum report, I don't want you to take my word for it. Once you get this slide, please just feel free to click on this picture or on this, and it's going to take you to the World Economic Forum report. For you to get the slide, make sure you fill the attendance form that my colleague Arafat is dropping in the comment section. Once you fill it and we are done with this, you are going to be able to have the slide and also the recorded version of this conversation. Okay? Now, what the World Economic Forum report mentioned is that there is what we call the 2026 shift. By 2026, 92 million jobs globally will be fully remote first, or what we call digital first. So companies are tilting towards how do we recognize and build our own company to be a digital first company. Now, what it simply means is that if anything that you are doing as of now is not digital, if it's not something that can be done remotely, there is already a problem. Okay, there is already a problem. Because every single company is asking, how do we make ourselves to be more digital? We recently had our 2026 strategy session for our company here. And that is what the tech department, what they came up with. They are looking for ways to automate every single thing possible within our business. Now, the question the staff were now asking is, how does this affect my job? Does it mean that we are looking to ask them to leave? But the answer is no. The answer is fully no. The answer is in how well are you looking to also optimize the skill and the value proposition that you are bringing to your organization. Because one thing is certain, and that is this. By 2026, most companies are going to become a digital first organization. So if anything you are doing as at now cannot be done remotely, you need to start asking questions. You need to start asking questions, because first thing you need to note is that when we want to break into some of these career paths that we can be able to have the digital first availability, we always come up with a lot of challenges. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, I'm struggling with this. Oh, this challenge is what I'm having, especially one. Okay, everybody on this score that is looking to improve their lives or break into several career paths come 2027, you are definitely going to come up with that question of, oh, I have these time constraints because I'm a stay-at-home mom, because I'm a support worker, I don't have time, I'm always on shift. But one major question I'm going to ask you is this. If you do not find time to be able to better your life, the only result it means is that every single thing that you are doing right now or that's happening right now to you is going to continuously keep going in that direction. Okay, so you can't be looking for a better 2026 without changing how you approach 2025. So if your own game plan is to go into 2026 with how you operated in 2025, it simply means there's no better that is going to come. There's no better, there's no magic that is going to happen. For instance, if you are a support worker, or if you are a construction worker, or you work in a restaurant or anywhere, and your intention is, oh, I want to be able to leave this place and get into an organization or a company where I should be able to work remotely, and you are not making efforts or plans to be able to better yourself or better your skills, then there is a problem, right? There is a problem. So first thing that you need to find out is what do I need to do for me to be able to move away and be able to bring myself towards having time. Now, when I broke into tech, when I did my own tech transition, I was doing my master's as at then, and it was one of the hardest time of my life. It was not easy. It wasn't an easy thing because I would go to work Monday to Friday, go for my classes, and then go for my training programs for me to be able to learn the skills that I needed. It was not an easy thing. But for that space of 3-4 months, I said, anything that wants to happen in my life, let it happen. But for these 4 months, for these 5 months, I'm dedicating it to being able to better my life come to the next year. And because I was able to bring out that time, I was able to solve my own problem. So if you are going to come up with that challenge of, one of the major challenges I'm having right now is time constraints, it simply means that you are not ready. Okay? Because you need to be able to find that time for you to be able to change how things are presently for you. Now, the skill gap is one major challenge that we're also having. I'm going to give us an example. Let's assume that while you were in Nigeria before you traveled, you used to work as a bank manager. You used to work as a bank manager. Now, as a bank manager, you built your reputation towards that level. And you've traveled right now, nobody is seeing all those things. Nobody's even trying to say, oh, what can you offer? Because of that existing skill gap in the new place that you've moved to. Okay, some of us have not seen how to package ourselves well. We've not been able to learn the skills to enable us to work in that same space. So that skill gap is one major challenge that most of us are going to be having if you are looking to move away from stay-at-home mom or move away from being a support worker. One is time constraint, two is skill gap, and then number three is limited access to training. Limited access to training. Now, the truth is that anything that you want right now is out there. It is out there. But the question you need to ask yourself is, do you know where to look? Do you know what to learn? Do you need someone to hold you to make sure to know that, oh, Nancy, you need to do this. Oh, Blessing, you need to do this. Oh, Blessing, this is what you need to learn, and so on and so forth. Once you do not have that, you are going to struggle to change your own perspective, your direction as well. Some of us, we struggle to break into tech because we didn't have mentors, we didn't have anybody guiding us. So for 2 years, anything that comes out as our den, Excel, Power BI, MongoDB, anything that you hear that is existing in tech, we are jumping to learn. There's no direction. You eat from SQL, you're eating from Power BI, you're eating from Tableau, several directions without any purpose. Okay, so but once you are able to tackle these three major challenges of balancing your personal, family, responsibilities, and also work growth, your time constraints, your skill gap, and also your limited access, you are definitely going to land something different from what you're doing right now. Okay, this is a proven workflow. This is something that I've seen that has worked for a lot of people for the last couple of years. Now, like I said, which is a proven workflow, people in the medical line have used this same direction to be able to change their own career paths. Someone like Evelyn used to work as a nurse, but she came to us and mentioned, oh, I've been a nurse for the last 15 years. My family have been distant from them, but I want to be able to do something that is going to allow me to work remotely. Okay, and Evelyn was able to learn data engineering and she transitioned to being a data engineer. Same thing happened to John. Okay, John used to be a medical doctor, but he also said, oh, I want something that is going to allow me to also work remotely. I want something that is going to make me to be closer to my family. Okay, and John was also able to transition into data analytics. Same thing happened for Tony. All right, Tony used to be a pharmacist, but she also transitioned to becoming a data analyst. So this is to show you that it is actually possible for you to make this switch that you are looking for, right? This is to show you that it's possible for you to make this switch, this career switch that you are looking for. For everybody that I talked about right now, they are all coming from the science background. So let's even assume that you are coming from the arts background. Now, what exactly is it possible for you also? Of course it is. People like Timmy was able to also transition from being a lawyer to becoming a business analyst. All right. And also, Ngozi used to be a customer service person and she transitioned to becoming a business analyst as well. Then, very, very important, Abigail. Abigail moved from being a care worker in Saskatchewan to becoming a business analyst. And right now, she's working as a business analyst manager with the government of Alberta. Right, so all these people, their stories are all attached to this file. So once you get a slide, please feel free to click on any of them. And it's going to take you to where they actually share their own experience. So please make sure that you fill the attendance form so they can easily be able to listen to what they had to say. Okay, especially Abigail. Or before we finish, let me play what Ikmat said. So Ikmat moved from being a full-time stay-at-home mom to becoming a data analyst, landing 2 jobs, right? So let me try and play her own video so that we can hear what Ikmat had to say. Okay, for some reason, I don't know why this is not playing. Let me try and play her video so that we can hear what Ikmat had to say. All right. Should be up in the next couple of minutes now. We should be up. But are we still following me to this very moment? Are we still following me? Are we still here? Okay, this is refusing to play. All right, thank you, Busola. All right, this is not playing. All right, so it's not playing. I'm going to still bring her, before the session is over, I'm going to play her own video fully so that we hear what Ikmat had to say. She transitioned from being a full-time stay-at-home mom to becoming a data analyst by landing 2 full jobs. And she had to select the one that she wanted, right? She had to select the one that she wanted to get into. All right, so quickly, let me try and play it so that we can actually be able to hear what Ikmat had to say with regards to her own experience. Let me play it so that we hear what Ikmat had to say. Very quickly, let me play it. All right, so let me take us to the link so that we can watch what she had to say. The video should be up in the next coming minutes. Should be up. Okay, what's going on? Just 1 minute, it's still loading, so that we can hear from her mouth what she had to say. So this is how every single one of them, they all have their own success stories, what they were able to do, how they also were able to transition to the tech sector. All right, it's taking time to come up. All right, so but please make sure that you fill the attendance form that my colleague Daniela just dropped. Once you fill that form, we are going to share this slide with you. And with that slide, you can have access to all the success stories of our past students so they can actually listen to them and hear directly what they have.
50 Tom Tomato Mix or the Rica Tomato Mix promo pack. Reveal the unique inside.
To hear what she had to say. All right, quickly, let me play Ikma's story so that we can have and hear from her own mouth. This is taking time to play. What is going on?
Picture your thoughts in your head, but your fingers just can't keep up. We've all been there, typing, deleting, retyping. Now I use Whisperflow.
Right. Hi everyone, my name is Ikma, and I was with the March cohort in Analytics, and joining Analytics has been the best decision so far. You know, for me, someone coming from a background of full housewife, because I had to stay back home to look after my child for 4 years, and then wanting to break into something new, wanting to go back into the workforce, you know, wanting to place myself in the society for better job opportunities. So it was a lot, and then I'm glad that Analytics came along, and then they presented me with so many opportunities right in front of me, better opportunities, and then I'm glad I took it. And then also the advice of do not sell yourself short, that Effie is always saying, it is very, very valid, because place yourself right, you know, don't sell yourself short. It's a very, very, very valid advice. You know, in Analytics, they will hold your hands like a child, you know, through the modules. You have the opportunity to go back and study. You have the opportunity to go back and practice. You have the opportunity to ask questions. You know, you have people you can always go back to, even outside of class hours. It's the most amazing experience so far, really. And then another thing is the interview prep, guys. That is another very important thing. I did my interview prep with Mr. Mohammed, and it is the best decision ever, because it was like he saw into the future. He knew what was going to be asked, and I'm glad that I wrote down all the things he mentioned. I went back to practice, and then when it was time for the interview, it was like everything he was mentioning, everything he mentioned, they kept on. And then when I was answering those questions, I was so confident, you know, because I already practiced. I did an Excel test, I did a maths test, and then they were really impressed. And another thing is, guys, it may not come as fast as you expect. Definitely you are going to get some no's, and then you may begin to think you're not good enough. You are good enough. The no's will come, but always take it as a basis for learning and development, because after every interview where I got a no, I always make sure I get a personal feedback. So I work on those feedbacks for my next interviews. And yes, it worked. It really worked for me, because I got my first job 3 months into the program, my first job. But I couldn't take up the job because I was a student and I was only eligible to work 20 hours. So I couldn't take up the job. 3 months later, I got 2 jobs with full visa sponsorship. And guys, all the other no's before the 2 jobs prepared me for the yeses I got. So yes, the no's will come, but do not give up, because you always have the analytics to go back to. They are the best, and the best thing that's ever happened to me. And then yes, and they are the most affordable. The most affordable one I've come across so far. And that's a very good advantage. So yes, analytics for the win.
That's fantastic. I hope we all heard what Ikmat had to say. All right, she started her own training program, and then 2 months into the program, she was able to land a job. But she was not able to take it up because she was still a student and there was limited working hours for her. So she was not able to jump right into that. Then when she finished her own course, first month she didn't land anything. Second month she didn't land anything. It was now 2 months after that she landed 2 other jobs that she now had to make the decision of the one that she wants to get into. Now, this is someone that moved from being a full-time stay-at-home mom to landing 2 visa-sponsored jobs that she had to make a selection of the one that she wants. Okay? You can also listen to what Abigail had to say. Very, very important. Because Abigail moved from being also a care worker to landing a job as a business analyst in the tech sector as well. So once you're able to listen to these 2 people, they're going to have enough conversation, enough things that is going to propel you into making that same decision. All right, now moving on. Not just this, we'll have people like Mary. So Mary had no experience in tech and was working shifts in United Kingdom also. We can see her own email also telling her, your application under the skilled worker rights of the immigration rules has been successful. And right now, Mary has secured a job as a business data analyst with NatWest on full visa sponsorship as well. Now, the question we now have to ask ourselves is, how were they able to do this? What exactly do I need to do for me to also be in this same direction like Mary, like Abigail, like Ikmat? It is very, very simple. We have this formula that we call LPA. Okay? LPA, which simply means learn, package yourself, and then apply. Once you are able to learn and then package yourself, build yourself up for you to be able to speak, for you to be able to also, blow your own horn, and of course, apply to job, you are definitely going to land at this last place, which is you got the job. So when we talk about learning, how exactly and what do you need to learn? This is where some people also make a lot of mistakes. So quick question to be sure that people are here on this call with me. Let's assume that you want to be an architect as of today, and you are learning using a drawing board, a T-square, and pencil. You are drawing it, drawing the normal houses, all those kind of things. Your T-square, your A3 paper, your curbs and all. And someone else is learning how to be an architect, and they're learning it using AutoCAD, Revit, Orion, all those 3D aspects of drawing. Who do you think is going to go further? The person that is learning the aspect of architecture using drawing board, A3 paper, or the person that is using AutoCAD, Revit, Orion, and the likes of it? Right, Steve mentioned the guy using AutoCAD. Okay? Now, for people that may not understand, AutoCAD has to do with design. You're using your laptop to do all those kind of design. Okay, now, there's a reason why Steve is choosing AutoCAD. Of course, both of them, they are all learning how to become an architect. Okay? Nancy also mentioned the 3D guy. Okay? Both of them are learning how to be an architect. But one person is focused on how they used to do it as at 2020 or as at 2012. Why the other person is focused on how it is being done in 2025 and beyond. Okay, so the person that is going to capture more value is definitely the person that is doing it the way of 2025. And that's what we need to understand when it comes to learning. So are you learning courses that are in demand? Are you learning programs that the wave is already over? Okay, are you learning courses that is going to help you, that is going to also be in demand in the next coming years? So when it comes to learning, it is very, very important that you make the right decision, because this is where most people make a lot of mistakes. And before this session is over, we're going to have a quiz that's going to show you the direction that you're going to go towards. Okay, and then number two is packaging. How do you package yourself? Okay, are you the kind of person that is going to say, oh, my name is Chukwemeka. I used to be this, I used to be that. I'm from Kogi. I did this one. My family has 26. Nobody cares about your family. So how do you structure all those responses that you are going to give when you're asked to tell me about yourself? How do you build your CV for it to even open doors for you first? How do you optimize your LinkedIn? How do you build your portfolio for it to even show yourself, show the skills and the experience that you've been able to gather even before you walk into the room? Okay, how do you prepare for interviews and, of course, job references and on-the-job support? So packaging is very, very important, because as well as learning, you've been able to gather the skill. The package is now the employability skills that you need. So after learning the technical skill, for you to land a job, actually, you need two skills, and that is what we call the T+E formula. Technical skill plus employability skill is going to land you the job. So once you are done learning, next thing that you need to do is to package yourself. And after packaging yourself, you now need to start applying to job. Now, if you are doing it the wrong way, if you are applying to job and then coming to learn and then trying to package, you're going to have issues. We've had instances where someone will come to us and mention, oh, Chukwemeka, I applied to this job. They called me for interview and it's going to be on Monday. I want to register for you guys program so that you people will help me out. So at that point, you're already doing it the wrong direction, because it means that you are not even going to be settled for that interview. Of course, when it happens, we're going to be fully available for you to assist you, but you're already at the edge. Or someone will now come to us, oh, Chukwemeka, my visa, I'm on student visa and it's going to be finish by November of next year. I need something I can do to land a job in 1 month. All right, so we are not miracle workers. There's a formula that once you follow it judiciously, you are going to land that job. Learn the right skills, package yourself accordingly, apply to jobs. You are definitely going to land that job. So this is the formula that most people that have passed through our program will have. Judith. Judith had a background in HR back in Nigeria. But when she came up to United Kingdom as well, she started working as a carer, okay, in UK, while studying also. And she said that this is not what she wants to do forever. Even with the entire busy schedule of being a carer, she had to find time to learn. So she joined the business analysis program in March of 2024, okay, and of course she completed it. She passed through the packaging phase where her CV was tailored. She joined mentorship sessions and got prepared for multiple interviews. She applied and applied and applied, both in the UK and of course in the US. Okay, she applied every single place possible. Okay, and she tailored all those applications. In the end, she was able to land a job, okay, as a business analyst working remotely from Huddersfield in UK for a US-based company. Now, this is to show you the possibilities. Now, this is someone moving from being a carer. She used to work as a carer right here to working as a business analyst remotely for a company based in US. Now, this is to show you the possibilities that you also have. But remember the structure of first thing you need to do is number one, which is first you need to learn. Then number two, you need to package yourself. Then number three, you need to apply. Once you do all this, definitely is going to lead you to this number four, which is you have landed that job. Okay, it's going to lead you to number four, which is you have landed the job. Once you follow it judiciously, it's going to lead there. Now, the question you now need to ask yourself is, how do I need to learn? How and what do I need to learn? Because it's very, very important for you to make the right choice. For instance, the easiest way to break into tech is to transition from a place of having transferable skill. So let's assume that this is Akin. This is Akin. And Akin used to work as a teacher back in South Africa. Akin used to be a teacher back in South Africa. And Akin right now has traveled to United States or United Kingdom, as the case may be. And she's looking for a way, or he is looking for a way to break into tech. The easiest thing for Akin to do is to look at things that he used to do while being a teacher. Now, by virtue of being a teacher, Akin has interacted with several groups of people. He has interacted with the students, he has interacted with the parents, and of course, he has interacted with the management of the school. Now, all these guys here, they are all stakeholders in this school. So he has done what we call stakeholder management without even knowing. Now, if Akin is looking to break into tech, the first question he needs to ask himself is, this initial inherent skill I had, what aspect of tech is he applicable to? So when he looks at all the courses existing in tech, he's going to find out that, oh, stakeholder management is an aspect of business analysis, which means it is going to be easier for me to break into business analysis and see utilize those initial years of experience that I had. So if you're looking for how do you utilize all those experience that you've had back in your own country, or you've been able to get a lot of skills here and there, how do you build up on that experience level in the tech space? Is by looking at them and choosing a career path in tech that is tilted towards them. Now, when Akin is speaking, let's assume that Akin used to work as a teacher in South Africa between 2020, let's say 2020 to 2025, and he traveled to United Kingdom in 2025. Now, this is 5 years of experience as a teacher. Now, in 2026, that is when Akin is looking to break into tech, which means that is when he's going to start learning to be a business analyst. That is in 2026. But when he speaks, he's going to still mention, oh, even as at 2020, I was working as a business management officer for so and so organization back in South Africa, because he can now leverage what he have learned and place it into when he was just a teacher. So have we seen how you can be able to utilize your initial years of experience and be able to build it into what you're currently doing now, and say and comfortably mention that you have 3 years of experience, 5 years of experience, as the case may be. This is the easiest way to do that. I don't know if we all grabbed what I just explained now. If you got what I just explained, just drop something in the comment section so that I'll be sure that people are actually following me and I'm not speaking to myself. Did you get the explanation I just made on how to leverage and build up those initial years of experience and be able to comfortably mention that, oh, you had this experience before now? Steve, it's like it's only Steve that is in this session with me. Okay, I've seen Martin, I've seen Busola, me. Are we just 3 here? I can see Miriam, I can see Nancy. Fantastic. We got it. Now, it doesn't mean that this same Akin cannot say, oh, I want to break into cybersecurity. Now, Akin can decide to say, oh, cybersecurity is where I want to get into. He can. But the challenge now is that he's going to lose out on these initial years of experience that he had, which is these 5 years. And that means it's going to take him longer to break into tech. So any place that you want to go, actually, you can get into it. But the challenge is, are you looking to drop the initial years of experience that you've been able to build in different sectors, which is very, very crucial for you. Okay, it's very, very important. But if it's you are looking to drop them, of course, can decide, oh, I don't want to go to business analysis. I have this passion for cybersecurity. I want to be wearing hoodie and cover my head and, be fighting the attackers and the people that are trying to hack our system. You can go in that direction. But the challenge now is that it is going to be a steep hill for you to climb, because 1, there is no transferable skill. 2, there is no initial underlying understanding. So because of these 2 differences, you can learn it, but it will not be longer for you. I hope that makes sense to everyone, because before this session is over, we're going to have a simulation where everybody is going to try and find out the career path that is meant for them. Now, moving on, how exactly do we arrive at the career paths that we offer here at Analytics? So every quarter, we have this analysis where we analyze all the job posted on different job boards, on LinkedIn, on Indeed, on CV Library, on Google Jobs, to try and know all these jobs that are posted during this period. What career path had the highest number of posting? Okay, what career path had the highest number of availability in this region? So we're able to get all those career paths, and then we analyze them using what we call the World Economic Forum reports. Now, what this report is always showing us is, where is the world tilting towards? In the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, which career paths are going to be hot cake and which ones are not going to be needed anymore? So we have to also validate them and pass them through this exact analysis to be sure that any career path anybody is moving through from us, they are going to be relevant in the next coming years. Then we also carried out what we call regional analysis, of course, starting with United Kingdom. This career path, is it going to be eligible for the UK skilled worker visa? Okay, is it going to be visible for the UK skilled worker visa? If you're United Kingdom, you're going to understand that a lot of things always change every year. I know before now, with an RQF, a job of RQF of level 3, you can actually land a skilled worker visa. But right now, for you to get a skilled worker visa, what you are doing needs to be at least an RQF of level 6. So it means that the career path that we're talking about here should meet that criteria of RQF of level 6, which can give you a skilled worker visa. Then when you look at it from the United States also, is it one of those career paths that is among the highest H-1B acceptance rates out there? I know that there are news around H-1B because of the news that Trump have said for the company to be able to employ you, they need to drop $100,000. Now, this has also opened doors for companies to start looking overseas, which means whether you are still in the United Kingdom or in Nigeria or South Africa or anywhere you are, can even start shooting for all those US-based jobs because companies don't want to pay $100,000 to be able to bring in someone. Okay, and these career paths need to meet that criteria of being amongst the jobs that can provide you H-1B visa. Okay, and then number 3, last one, which is from the Canadian landscape, are they amongst the one that is always within the provincial nominee programs? So after all this analysis, please, if your own country is not within these 3 countries I mentioned, United Kingdom, US, and Canada, don't be scared. We always use these 3 major countries as our base for analysis. Okay, it doesn't mean that if you are trying to apply the same principle in Nigeria, that it's not going to work. It doesn't mean that if you're trying to apply it in Australia, that it's not going to work. It is fully the same blueprint. Okay, and remember I mentioned earlier that these are the career blueprints that's always dropped every year. Now, after all these several analyses, we were able to come up with these 10 different career paths. 1 is business analysis, 2 is data analysis, 3 data science, 4 agile project managers or scrum master, then 5 will have the data engineers, 6 will have cyber security, then 7 the HR analysts, 8 financial analysts, 9 DevOps engineers, and of course number 10 product design. So the question right now is, which of them is going towards your direction? Okay, you may not be able to choose right now, but remember what I said, that we are going to do an analysis for us to know the career path that is meant for us. We are going to have it in the next couple of minutes, okay? But let me finish up this slide. Now, what exactly did the World Economic Forum report say? So what the WEF mentioned is that by 2030, that's in 5 years' time, 170 million jobs are going to be created fresh. We're going to have new 170 million jobs created fresh. And that represents all these green boxes that we are seeing right here. All these green boxes, 170 million jobs that are going to be created. Now, why this creation is happening, 92 million jobs are also going to disappear. And that represents these boxes in this red segment. Of course, this one in this blue region, they are going to remain stable. So what you want to do is, as much as possible, move away from this red hand side towards the green hand side. Okay? You want to make sure that you move away from the red hand side towards this green hand side. Okay? And once you've done that, you are fully safe. Now, when you look at it from the actual job themselves, you're going to see the in-demand career path. All the jobs on the left-hand side represent Please, is product design UI UX? Yes, Babatunde, but it is a marriage between UI UX and business understanding. Okay, a UI UX person is just somebody that is building the prototype, is not looking at the growth aspect, the customer journey perspective. But once the marriage of the business and the design happens, that is product design. I hope that answer your question, Babatunde. Now, looking at it from the general landscape of the career path, all this one on this left-hand side represent jobs or career paths rather that are going to grow. Just 1 minute, let me move this thing that is blocking my screen. All right, so all these career paths on this left-hand side represent career paths that are going to grow. So all these on this left-hand side, career paths that are going to grow. The one on the right-hand side, career paths that are going to decline. So you can clearly see that all those 10 courses that we mentioned, they are amongst the career paths that is going to be in demand in the next coming years. Big first one is the big data specialist, validating data engineers. Also, if you look down, you're going to see data warehousing specialists and, of course, data engineers right here, fully validating that in the next coming years, data engineers are going to be fully relevant with regards to any place or any sector of the economy. Now, there's one beautiful thing that happened. As of 2024, the number one fastest growing or in-demand career path used to be AI and machine learning. But coming to 2025, it became the number 3. And guess what happened? Because as of 2024, that was when the AI boom actually started. So with the all creations that is happening in the AI landscape, it gave birth to the need for people that is going to process the data, store the data, and of course, analyze the data. And that was the reason why data engineers, that's the big data specialists, now became the number one fastest growing career path again. Before now, it used to be AI and machine learning specialists. So you can see how all these career paths are relating. So if what you are currently doing at the moment is not relating or has a dotted line of interaction with the entire changes in the landscape or in the economy right now, it means you need to move. So data engineers validated, you can see also AI and machine learning specialists, and as well as data scientists, fully validated as well, meaning that it's going to be relevant in the next coming years. Cybersecurity, of course, fully relevant in the next coming years. Business analysts, fully relevant. Product designers also here. You can see UI, UX designers here, which means product designers also fully relevant, as well as DevOps engineering. Okay, so clearly you can see that all those 10 career paths that we mentioned, that they are all fully in demand here, as well as HR adults. Every single one of them, they are all fully represented in the career paths that are going to grow. All right, now let's watch carefully. If you look in between, there are career paths that is going to grow that we as an organization, we don't offer. Things like renewable energy technicians, robotics engineers, blockchain developers. Of course, they are very important career paths. They are in demand also. But what we also try to do is to make sure that any of those career paths they are going to get into, they met 3 major criteria of our own businesses. One is ease of learning. Is it a career path that you, coming from being a teacher, a customer service person, or a carer, can easily learn? As ease of learning. Number 2, ease of transitioning. Is it a career path that you have a transferable skill from where you used to be towards? And then, of course, number 3 is high rewarding salary. Number 3 is high rewarding salary. So after this analysis, that is why we don't offer some of the courses that are, even though they're in demand, we don't offer them. For instance, something like robotics engineering. Robotics engineer is a very good lucrative career path. But how many of us on this call think they can break into robotics engineering from our own initial experience? Do you think you can break to robotics engineering within a space of 3 to 4 months? The answer is always no. The answer is always no. So it is possible, but it is going to take you nothing less than 18 months for you to become at least middle level to be able to land a job. So that is why, even though some of these courses exist in high in-demand career paths, we don't offer it as a business because we want people that within a space of 3 to 6 months, you've been able to get the new skill and you've also been able to transition into the tech space. Now, moving on as well, can see the other page also, data analysts, data engineers, agile project managers, business analysts, and also HR analysts, fully validating that in the next coming years, these skills are still going to be relevant. Now, let's look at the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, we have career paths that are declining. Now, one major career path that caught my attention right here in this fastest declining career path is graphic designers. This is graphic design. Now, graphic design, when we saw this earlier this year, genuinely, as an organization, we're still saying, oh, why exactly is graphic design here? Are you sure there is no mistake from this new World Economic Forum report? But as the year progressed, the reason why that happened was very, very visible. If you are trying to do anything, right, if you go to my Instagram, I always post some content. I'm not a graphic designer, but once I go to CapCut, CapCut has AutoCut, and it's going to help me and design all those things. Once I go to Canva, Canva has already existing templates and also even the AI model embedded. They can already create some of those things for you. If you go to LinkedIn, Twitter, that's X, or Instagram, you're going to see a lot of AI-generated images. So because of that advancement in that direction, it simply gave rise to decline in the need for graphic designers. So if you are a graphic designer, what exactly do you now need to do to remain relevant? It means that you need to look at what skill do I have right now? What do I need to learn to upskill myself towards the left-hand side? And as a graphic designer, you have what we call that product design as your easiest place to transition into, okay? Because they are all dealing on design rather. So once you learn how do you now design products, because consistently organizations are looking for people that is going to design the skeletal version of their website, of the product they're looking to sell, and several other things. So there will always be demand for these guys. So that is how everybody on this declining career path, what you need to do is to make sure that you optimize by learning the skills on the left-hand side and now transitioning to become in those career paths. I don't know if we are following to this very moment. Are we all still following? I love a very, very interactive class. So please, if you are following, Steve is always the first person to respond. I think that should be that should be something that should be given to Steve. He's always the first to respond. How about project managers, please? Fantastic question, Nancy. Nancy, so if you're looking at my screen also, you would have seen this place called project managers here. Okay? Which represents the agile project manager. So fully, project managers are also amongst the career path that is also increasing. All right. So if you are a project manager or if you're looking to break into project management, you are safe. Okay, you are safe because it is amongst the one that is currently still growing. Okay, I can see Nancy responded, Steve responded, Temi responded, Emmanuel, Christina rather, and also what of one with 6 years of experience in sales? What pathway is best in tech? Fantastic question, Daffy. All right, fantastic question. All right, so I'm going to enter my next queue with Daffy's question. Now, for people that are still asking, okay, how about HR analytics? Trust me, every single thing that you're asking for, it is here. You can see HR analyst here, which is training and development specialist on this first page. If you go to the other page, you're also going to see things around organizational development specialists and also online learning managers. All these are tilting towards human resource guys. So from that first question, which is what of one with 6 years of experience in sales, what pathway is best in tech? And this is also for everyone on this call. You have your already existing career path. What pathway is best for you to transition into? Okay, so what we've done as an organization is we've created a quiz where once you are done answering all the questions on that quiz, it's going to link you, it's going to tell you, oh, from all these inherent things that you've been able to do before now, this is the career path that is suitable for you. Okay, so you can scan the barcode or you can click on the link. Let me drop the link so that we can also have the link. We're going to do the quiz together because I want every single one of us to have an understanding and know the career path that is meant for us before we leave this conversation today. All right, let me drop the link in the comment section so that we all can have access to it. Let me drop the link so that we all can have access to it. All right. Tech course finder quiz. So I've copied it. Let me paste it in the comment section. Okay, my colleague Daniela have just dropped the link. So please, we can take the quiz link. Let's do it together. All right. So take the quiz link and let's do it together. All right. So once we click on the link, it's going to bring you to the page where you now have to fill in a couple of things. For some reason, this is taking time to come up for me. Just a moment. Just a moment. It should be up briefly. Just a moment. I don't know why my second device is just something else today. Just a moment. Let me bring it up. But please click on the link. Once you click on the link, it's going to take you to the place where you are now expected to answer a couple of questions. That is going to, in the end, it's going to now tell you, oh, from all these questions, from all these transferable skills that you have, this is the career path that you are tilting towards. All right. From everything that you've been able to do before now, this is the career path that you are tilting towards. So let me quickly click on it again. All right. My colleague Arafat and Daniela, they are dropping the link in the comment section. So please make sure that you use it so that you can also be able to, engage with what we are doing right now. Now I've clicked on the link and let me go back to the page. It is loading right now for me. It is loading right now for me. Please, what is going on? Has anyone been able to access the link? Anyone been able to access the link? Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. I think it's from my own side then. It is fully from my own side. Now, I'm going to walk us through it. Why my second device come up. Once you click on the link, you're going to answer a couple of questions. It's going to ask you, okay, you're going to, key in. You're now going to have access to the platform. You're going to now answer the questions that is going to pop up for you. Once you are done answering those questions, it's going to give you the career path that is meant for you in the end. All right, so I think my own should be up now. I think my own should be up right now. Just 1 minute, my second device dropped off entirely. But please, let's make sure that we use the link because it's going to take us into the quiz platform and also allow us to be able to carry out and understand every single thing and the career path we need to know. And for Dafe, this is fully for you because I know you're the one that asked with the 6 years of experience that you have in sales, how and which career path should you be looking at? All right, Dafe, I hope you've been able to click on the link so they can also be able to take the quiz with us. Now, my screen should be up right now so that we can all take the quiz together. Once we click on that link, it's going to bring you to this place. First thing is, so what's your secret tech personality? For you to discover your path, simply click on it. So it's giving tech error, answered a couple of questions, let's go. All right, so let's try to answer. So first thing is just for you to put in your name so that it can be personalized for you. My name is Chukwu Emeka Eba. All right, Chukwu Emeka Eba. This is my name. My mobile number, also put it here. And then my email address is chukwuemeka@10analytics.io. So once I'm able to do this, I'll just validate this checkbox here and simply click on next. So once I do that, it's bringing me to the next page, which is what is my current job situation? I take care of people, which means I'm a nurse, a caregiver, healthcare. I deal with customers, which means you're in retail, service, admin, and several other things. So look through it and answer it the best way it suits you. It's important that you answer it the way it suits you. All right? For me, of course, I teach or train people. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of years. It's Sunday afternoon also. What am I most likely to do? Okay, I'm going to reorganize something. I'm going to fall down a rabbit hole. I'm going to scroll through Pinterest. I'm going to build or fix something. I'm going to watch reality show. I'm going to research secret hardware. For me, Sundays are like my rest period. But if I'm not resting, of course, I'm looking to build or fix something. Okay, now your boss asked me, why isn't this working? What is the first thing that you are going to do? Are you going to interview everyone involved? Are you going to pull up data? Are you going to think about the user experience? Are you going to check the technical infrastructure or check through the vulnerabilities? For me, I'm also a numbers guy. Anything I'm doing, if it's not numbers backed, count me out. So I'm going to look at the numbers. I'm going to pull up the numbers. What's numbers saying? Now, when you hear about Excel, Google Sheets, what comes to your mind? I use formulas. I can do basic stuff. Numbers are fine. I prefer charts and visuals. I avoid spreadsheets. I want to learn, but I'm starting from scratch. Answer it the way it suits you also. So I'm going to move faster and then answer a couple of things a little bit faster. So I've answered this one. I've answered this. I've answered this. And then click on next. So once you answer all these questions, once you answer it the best way it's aligned to you, in the end, you're going to have this last question asking you, forget logic. Which title just feels right? Is it being a business analyst or a HR analyst or all these things that are here? So even if it's not what you just still understand, you can see the last one that is here, which is honestly, I'm still confused. Still select that, honestly, you're still confused, and then click on tap here. Once you tap there, it's going to give you the recommendation from all those questions that you've been able to answer. It's going to point you towards the career paths that you have transferable skills towards. Okay, once you click on it, it's going to point you towards the career paths that you have transferable skill towards. So how many of us has been able to finish the quiz? And what is our own career path? Let's drop it in the comment section. Let's drop it now in the comment section. Okay, I think I can see Elizabeth. Okay, not Elizabeth, Steve. Steve mentioned business analyst. Fantastic, Steve. Welcome to business analysis. Amaka, do you train people to transition to cloud engineering? My slide is going to answer that, okay? My slide is going to, we'll have DevOps engineering, we'll have data engineering, and they all have elements blended into the other one. All right. Now, I can see a couple of responses. Steve, business analysis, Bukola, data analytics, Emmanuel, data analytics. Fantastic. Now, what this is telling you is that from all those responses that you've been able to give, it has analyzed it and it has seen that you have done something that relates to data analytics or that you have done something that relates to business analysis. So the question you now need to ask yourself is, do I know sufficient to be able to pursue a career path in this direction? If you do not, that means you're going to bring you to that same direction of LPA, which is learn the skill, package yourself, and of course, apply to job. Learn the skill, package yourself, and of course, apply to the job. Okay, I think Emmanuel, data analytics, cybersecurity, design product. Emmanuel, there's no how it gave you 3 options. Emmanuel, did he give you 3 options? Data analytics, cybersecurity, and product design. I doubt that. I don't know if he gave you that 3 options. Now, in the end, if you are not comfortable with the results you are seeing, there's also a link where you can book what we call a free consulting clarity call, where our experts can now look at your results and say, okay, let's look at it physically. What challenges are you still having with regards to making this choice? And they're going to now help you make a direct selection. You can see a place that is written, book a one-on-one clarity call. You can see a place that is fully written, book a one-on-one clarity call. Once you click on it, it's going to bring you to our Calendly link, and then you can now have a one-on-one call booked with our own experts. It's entirely free, so you don't have to bother whether it's paid for, whether it's not paid for. It is entirely free for now. Okay, I think it's better I add that clause there. It is entirely free for now. Okay, I can see the one for trauma data analytics. Elizabeth, can you share the link again? All right, Daniela Arafat, please, can we drop the link for the quiz in the comment section for Elizabeth to be able to have access to it? All right, please, can we drop the comments? And for every other person, please, let's know that we are going to get all this slide and the recorded version of this conversation, all right? But make sure that you fill the attendance form, all right? Once you fill the attendance form, you're going to have access to all these things that we have been talking about. Okay, so you can see Elizabeth, HR, Nancy, Agile, and Scrum Master. Fantastic. Now, once you've been able to discover it, next one is for you to learn. Okay, on my slide also, there is also an explanation for all those career paths. There's an explanation for data analysts. These are simply people that turn data into insight, and of course, dashboards for decision making. Okay, for business analysts, they translate business problems into clear requirements and solutions. And data engineers, they build and maintain pipelines and databases that are very, very heavy on coding. Then data scientists, they use statistics and machine learning to build predictive models. Okay, then we're looking at it from the financial guys. Financial analysts are guys that analyze financial data to guide investments, budgeting, and of course, risk management. The HR analysts are simply people that use data to improve our hiring, our retention, and of course, our employee experience. Then agile project managers, they coordinate the entire team to make sure that they are all working using agile methodology to deliver on the digital products. Then cybersecurity, they're responsible for protecting all the systems from external attack. Product designers, they design user-friendly digital experience and interfaces. While DevOps engineering, they automate software development and of course, IT operations, making sure that that never-ending loop is continuous. Our software is never down, it is always up. So this is an explanation, and you can also see some guide into why it suits. Maybe you are a parent or you're a support worker, and also see the direction that it is taking you towards. Right? So it is very, very important that you find out the career path that your transferable skill is leading you towards. You understand what that career path is, and of course, you learn it. But the question is now, how are you going to be learning? How are you going to be learning? So here in Analytics, we have two basic models. We have the live classes. So the same way I'm speaking to you right now, that is how someone is going to be in the classroom, and they are also teaching you and walking you through everything that you need to know. And then we also have the recorded versions on our LMS, where you have short bite videos of things that you need to understand, some models that you need to learn, and it's going to enable you to have theoretical-based backup. Okay, so you have the live classes and you have the recorded video. And of course, I didn't show this money aspect at the beginning because many people fall into this exact loop of looking at the average income without looking at the transferable skill. If you are looking to break into tech, ignore this money you're seeing on my screen. Many people are going to tell you, oh, data engineering is paying over 800,000 in Canada. It's paying over 100,000 in US. That is where I want to be. DevOps engineering is paying over 100,000 there. It's paying over 100,000 as well. That is where I want to be. But the question is, your transferable skill, is it towards that direction? Many people struggle in tech because they've heard, oh, data engineering, DevOps engineering, this is where the money is, and they'll jump into it. If your skill is not sufficient for it, you'll fall in and you'll fall out. It's a certainty. You'll fall in, you'll fall out. So it's important that you understand what you are getting in. For instance, both of them are actually very, very heavy on coding. Now, but one major question I want to ask all of us is, quick question, you can see what a cybersecurity professional is earning right now. You can see what a data analyst is also earning here. But let's assume that this data analyst is working in oil and gas, O&G, and this cybersecurity person is working in the government's parastatal, is working a government establishment. Who do you think is going to earn more? The data analyst working in oil and gas, or the cybersecurity professional working in government parastatal? Who do we think is going to earn more? Let me have our responses. Nancy mentioned oil, fantastic. Let's hear from others. Comfort Oil, O&G. I think I like the name O&G. Christina mentioned oil and gas, Emmanuel Oil, fantastic. And that is also the beauty of tech. Now, tech is one sector of the economy that can tell you that it's embedded into all the other sectors of the economy outside there. That's why if you are seeing some governments making deployments for maybe using Nigeria as an example, your FAC or your JAC allocations, you can see that tech is not identified as a sector because it's embedded inside all the sectors of the economy that exist. But it's just recently that tech is now being separated to become a different sector of the economy. But before now, it is embedded into all the different sectors. Because as a tech professional, as a data analyst right now, you can work in oil and gas, you can work in financial industry, you can work in the ed tech, you can work in government sector, you can work in all the possible sectors out there. Same thing with every other guys that exist here. So what I always advise people to do is understand your transferable skill, know the career path that you are tilted towards, and then get the skill, but then start pursuing that exact sector of the economy that you want to be in. But don't start it with looking at it from this financial perspective. If you start it from here, you are going to be left behind, because in the end, you might get into a career path that you don't want to be in. But one thing I'm assuring all of us is that anyone that you decide to get into, using the UK as an example, I think for you to get your COS, your job needs to pay you 41,800. Yeah, you need to pay you 41,800. And every single one of those career paths here met that criteria of 41,800, which means no matter anyone that you need to get into is still going to offer you that COS that you're looking for. And this is me just using United Kingdom as an example. It's the same thing applied to United States and also Canada or any other country that we are all joining from. Now, from the packaging perspective, it's important that before you start packaging, remember, it is competence over credential. It is competence over credential. Personally, for me, I studied civil engineering first degree, did my MBA in finance and management. But right now, I'm the CEO of a tech company. So what is tilting towards is that entirely the era of certification is over. Nobody cares about it. What they are looking for is the skills that you are coming with, and of course, the experience you are also coming with. And this was what Elon Musk also echoed a couple of months back. He said, if you're a hardcore software engineer and you want to build the everything app, please join us by sending your best work to code@x.com. We don't care where you went to school or even whether you went to school or what big name company you worked at, just show us your code. So what this is translating into is that genuinely, nobody cares. My founder studied industrial chemistry. My co-founder studied economics. Myself, I studied civil engineering. Today, we are running a tech company. And it's all by building up skills and also having experience. When I was working in the fintech also, my CTO as a then, this guy didn't even go to university, but he was the chief technology officer of the company. So nobody genuinely cares about the certificate that we are gathering. Certificate is a validation of a skill that you already have. So if you lack the skill and you have the certificate, it is null and void. If you have the skill, the certificate is there to also validate that you do. So it's important to have both, but then remember, it is competence over credential. Now, this is leading us to someone like Hope. So Hope is a full certified project manager, Scrum Master rather. But when she came to us, Hope mentioned, oh, I just did my PMP, I got my PSM also, but I don't even know how to use Jira. I don't know how to use Trail. I don't know how to use all those project management tools. And she joined our own Agile Project Management Program in September of 2024. And then as at December, she landed a job, okay, as a project analyst in Viessmann, Waterloo, Canada. So this is to show you that even when you have all those certifications, your skill is still what is going to be able to open some of those doors for you. And that is bringing me down to packaging. First thing that you're going to be taught is, how do you build a portfolio? So I'm going to show us a couple of portfolios. Let me click on one of the past students' portfolio. So when you click on it, it's going to bring you to this Victoria Uchemado's portfolio, right? It's going to bring us to this Victoria Uchemado's portfolio. And what exactly are you going to notice? You're going to notice that Victoria, by virtue of learning or consulting with us, because our students, we prefer to call them consultants. By virtue of consulting with us, Victoria has worked in 5 different sectors of the economy, right? For some reason, my second device is having issues hitting the internet today. For some reason, it's having a very, very strong issues. Just 1 second, guys. So Victoria Uchemado has worked in 5 different sectors of the economy. I'm going to still bring up my slide. 5 different sectors of the economy. And that was why when she was actually consulting with us. Now, what is this translating into? That she can comfortably say, oh, while I was consulting with analytics, I worked on this project in the health sector. While I was consulting with analytics, I worked on this project in the oil and gas sector, in this aviation sector. But remember, she was simply consulting with us, and she was touching base with all those different sectors of the economy. She was consulting with us, and she was touching base with all those sectors of the economy. So this is also what you are getting. And you are going to build a portfolio around it. You are going to work on a project from the health space. You're going to work on a project from the aviation industry, from supply chain, from tech space itself. And all this is to position you to be able to have a lot of experience when you are going for your jobs. Imagine someone, you are the HR, and someone comes to you to say, oh, master's degree holder from University of Data Science, and the other person is coming to you to mention, oh, as a data scientist, I consulted with analytics to work in the aviation space. I did something for the health sector. I did something for the oil and gas, and I did something for the tech space. Whom are you going to hire? You as a recruiter, whom are you going to hire? Let me even hear from us. Are you going to hire the person that is saying, oh, I have a master's degree from University of Hull? Or are you going to hire the person that is going to say, oh, I've done this, I've done that? Oh, okay, fantastic. Nancy said second person. All right. And this is to show us that, honestly, what people are looking for is the skill and experience. Genuinely, nobody cares about the certificate itself. So far as you can do the job, you have the skill, you have the experience. That is what people are looking for. Let me give us another example. I drive a Volkswagen, and recently spoiled. And an idea came to my head. Am I going to carry my Volkswagen and give to somebody that's going to tell me, oh, I have a first class from the Oxford University Mechanical Engineering? Or am I going to carry it to the mechanic workshop and give it to those guys? Who do you think I'm going to give my car to? To the guy from Oxford University First Class Mechanical Engineering, or to the mechanic workshop that is telling me, this is my mechanic workshop, I've repaired a Volkswagen, I've repaired Aston Martin, I've repaired a Benz, I've repaired this, I've repaired that. Whom do you think I'm going to give my car to? Or you, who are you going to give your car to? To the guy, mechanical engineer, first class, University of Hull, or to the roadside guy that is telling you, I've done this, I've done that? Fantastic. Look, Ahmed mentioned mechanic workshop, Hope, workshop guys. Fantastic. Very deep insight, Emmanuel. Very, very deep, actually. Now, if you are going to carry your car and give to the roadside guys that had that experience, what makes you think that recruiters are not doing the same when they want to hire? Whenever they want to hire, clearly they look out for all these things. They check, oh, this person just have master's degree from University of Hull, no experience, please move it aside. Oh, this person have an experience from this and so he or she has done this, he or she has done that. Let's give him a trial. Okay? Now, once you are able to navigate this, trust me, you are going to land a job. Once you are able to build up that experience level, you are going to land a job. All right? I'm trying to bring back my second device. It has been kicked out of the meeting. But while it's coming up, we're going to continuously be having this conversation. Okay? So all this thing I'm saying right now is to show you what recruiters are constantly looking out for. One is they want someone that has the experience and skill, right? They want someone that has the experience and the skill. Two is they want evidence to validate that you've actually been able to do this before now. And that is where your portfolio comes in. Because when you are training with us, when you are consulting with us, consistently, you are working on projects because we also play in the consulting space. So you are working on projects, working on your portfolio, putting all this evidence in your own portfolio to show that, oh, while you were consulting with analytics, you have actually been able to do this. Now, that your portfolio is what you can show to recruiters, oh, I've done this, oh, I've done that. Once you are able to do all these things, trust me, you're going to land a job. And part of the services that is also going to be included in your packages is that 2 months after you join the program, right? 2 months after you join the program, your CV is going to be worked on by us. So why exactly do we do it 2 months after? It's simply because we know that first month you may not have the skill, but after the second month, we believe that you've been able to build up that experience level for you to be able to land a job. Okay, and that is when we work on your CV and provide it back to you. Now, from that second month, we expect you to start applying to job immediately, right? We expect you to start applying to job immediately. We expect you to start applying to job immediately. Now, after your CV has also been worked on, we are also going to work and teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn optimization is very, very important. LinkedIn optimization is very, very important because as of today, LinkedIn still remains the fastest, the cheapest, and the easiest means of hiring. It still remains the fastest, cheapest, and easiest means of hiring. A couple of months back, we were trying to hire a data analyst in Ivory Coast. What we simply did was we went to LinkedIn and looked for data analysts, French-speaking data analysts in Ivory Coast. We headhunted and we set up an interview with the guy, and he was able to be hired. This was without posting any job adverts. It was just scrolling through LinkedIn, looking for the person that we want, and giving the person the job. This is to show you how easy recruiters actually make it these days. Now, imagine that your own profile is not optimized. Of course, you're not going to be seen. Of course, you're not going to be hired. All right. But when your profile is optimized and fully available, that means you can actually be hired because you are going to be visible to external guys out there. I don't know if we are still following. Now, also, we have what we call sessions on how to navigate the job market. All right. We'll have different sessions on how to navigate the job market where we bring in experts back to the classroom to walk you through on several ways that you can actually be able to apply to job. Very, very, very important. Very, very important because if you don't know how to navigate the job market, you're actually going to struggle to be able to land a job. Then very, very crucial is our interview preparatory sessions. Whenever you land an interview invite, you can book an interview prep session with us. And someone from our team is going to prepare you on your interview, looking at the job description and walking you through every single thing that you need to know for that exact job. Very, very, very important. Because, for instance, you need to answer questions like, tell me about yourself. You need to answer questions about situation-based questions. Oh, you are doing this. How were you able to come about it? Now, I'm talking about interview preparatory sessions. Quickly, let's talk about the SIT and STAR framework. For instance, STAR framework, you use it whenever you want to answer situation-based questions, right? Situation-based question. S stands for situation, C stands for task, A stands for action, R stands for results. So you've been asked, oh, Chukwemeka, tell me about the time where you used Power BI to do something. You start from, oh, while I was consulting with analytics, I worked on this hospital ER visit analysis. Now, you've answered two questions there, which is situation, when you were in analytics, task, which is working on the hospital ER visit analysis, and then action. I was able to utilize Power BI to do the analysis. I did this, I did that. In the end, I was able to optimize their turnover, which in turn improved their revenue. So when you speak like this, companies are going to know this person have actually done something before now. Then also job references is very, very crucial. Because you are consulting with us, when you land a job, organizations want to know, oh, please provide an evidence from this organization. We are also available to provide you with job references and recommendation letter. Okay? You're also going to be provided with that. And then on the job support, you landed a job, you are still struggling to find your feet. We're also fully here to support you until you can comfortably be able to do that job. Weekly mentorship session. Yesterday, we had a session on how to land your global talent visa. Guys, of course, this guy, he's in the tech space, but his own global talent visa, he was able to land it through art and culture. So this is to show you that there are multiple routes that will always bring up in this. So while we're also positioning you to have the tech skill, we're also fixing you in places that is going to enable you to land what you are looking for. Then lastly, part of the packages that you're also getting is Upwork optimization. How do you work remotely using Upwork or Fiverr? making £50 here, $50 here, 50,000 naira here, depending on where you are joining from. Okay, so for all our programs, it's for 8 months. For all these programs, it is for 8 months, where you learn massively in the classroom for 6 months, and then you have an internship experience for 2 months. So what this means is that you have the unique opportunity of having 2 leading tech companies in your CV. Oh, I was able to consult with analytics. Oh, I intend with Amdai to do this. And these are things that recruiters are looking for. Packaging, all right? Packaging, very, very, very important. Very, very crucial. And the last one is applying. What we do from our own side is we scrape different job boards, okay? We scrape different job boards and provide you with available jobs out there, all right? But then the responsibility of applying to those jobs rests on you solely, all right? And then we also teach you how to tailor down your CV to each of the jobs that you are going for. Never reuse a CV when applying to any job. Of course, this is the structure, this is the style that will be used and will help a lot of people to land jobs. Remember, learn, package, and apply. And then you are going to land a job as easy as it can be. Our success rate as of today is standing at 94%. So what does this mean? It means that if 100 people come to us, 94 get to move on to greater 10. Now, the negative 6 that does not move on, does it mean we give them something that is different? No. But where people fall out is in the application itself. Because applying to a job is a job on its own. We're going to teach you, we're going to package you, we're going to scrape job boards and provide you with available jobs. But then the responsibility of applying to this job rests solely on you. And this is where many people fall out. So if you are able to apply to the jobs as well, you are going to definitely land on this final place, which is you have got the job. So everything on my slide, there are now success stories of people that have been able to do this before now. You can see Ramat. Ramat used to be a customer success person, and she transitioned to becoming a tech professional. I can see Lois. Lois used to be an accountant, okay, and a procurement professional. She did business analysis, and she transitioned to project management. Same thing with every other person here. Oluwadamire had no experience in tech as well. He joined our data analysis program, and currently he's working as a sustainability data analyst. So all these things are possible, and we have evidence of people that have been able to do this before now. Evidence, a lot of them actually. Okay, a lot of them. Like I said at the beginning, we'll have over 3,000 people that have been able to move from our program into landing their jobs. And the people that agreed for us to use them, they are on my slide. So after this session, please make sure that you fill the attendance form that my colleague Daniela is dropping, so that we're going to use it to share the slide and also the recorded version of this conversation, so they can go through it and be able to assimilate anything that we are speaking about. So with no prior experience, they all transition into this. In fact, I love Adetayo's story. Adetayo said that he got a job within 70% completion rate of his cybersecurity program. Okay, and that is why after 2 months, we actually work on your CV, and then we expect you to start applying to job immediately. Some people land jobs in that second month, some land in 3, 4, 5, 6. Some people don't land until they're through with that program. Okay, but it's now your consistency to apply to this that is going to make you to be able to get that. All right, so moving on, let's see. Now, what skills do you have? What does that mean with business analysis course? You can get a job as a project. Fantastic question, Dr. Linda. Fantastic question. You are very, very attentive. I'm going to explain that in my next question now, in my next slide. That's going to key us into this. So Linda is asking, what does it mean that with business analysis course, you can get a job as a project manager? Now, who exactly is a business analyst? Business analysts are people that come into organizations to optimize and make the processes better. Okay, they serve as the bridge between the non-technical team and the technical team. That's the CEOs, the COOs, the CFOs, and then the software developers, the quality assurance guy, the back-end engineers, software engineers, and several people. The business analyst is in between, making sure that he's translating the business needs to the technical guys and the technical things to the business guys. Okay, and for you to be able to function in this capacity, you should be able to know that you are going to be interacting with every single person in your organization. Because for you to improve a process, you need to speak to people. So if you are someone that you are shy, that you don't like talking to your colleagues, run from this pathway. But if you are comfortable speaking to people, if you don't mind talking to every single person, holding sessions, having meetings, then this career path is for you. Now, what are you going to learn? Of course, you need to understand data, which is why the first thing that you're going to be having is Excel, Power BI, and SQL, introducing you to data analytics. Then you have process mapping, project initiation planning, and agile and Scrum for projects, introducing you to project management. And then lastly, you have your software development life cycle, requirements, fundamentals, elicitation methods, stakeholder analysis, and then ChatGPT for analysis, which is now your core business analysis course. Now, when you are done with all this, most people, once they're done with Excel, Power BI, and SQL, they start applying to jobs that exist in data analytics. When they are done with project initiation planning and agile and Scrum for projects, they increase it to applying to jobs that exist in project management. And then when they are done with the entire program, they now start applying to be a business analyst as well. So Linda, I don't know, Dr. Linda Radda, okay, because I like giving people their name. Doctor, I don't know if you've seen the reason why a business analyst can land a job as a data analyst, they can land a job as a project manager, and they can also land a job as a business analyst. Is that clear to you now, Doctor? Yes, it is clear. All right, fantastic. Now, the catch, because what the mistake that people make most times is that they will see, oh, business analysis have 3 possible pathways. Let me get into it. Remember what I said earlier? If you are someone that you don't like speaking to people, the way I've been talking like this since 8 p.m. West African time, if you can't speak like that comfortably, wrong. Because you're going to be in meetings, you're going to be in sessions, you're going to be doing interpretations, you're going to be speaking to all your staff. Okay? So it means that for you to be able to be in this space, you have to be comfortable speaking, comfortable talking. Okay? Because you need to understand the business aspect of things and then also the technical aspect of things and then translate it to both parties effectively. All right, I hope that explains it. You're going to be learning Power BI, Lucidchart, Draw.io, Excel, SQL, and all these tools that we have right here. Now, next one is Agile Project Managers. Now, these are people that they serve as leaders and coach within a project management team. I'm explaining all the career paths now so that we understand the one that suits us perfectly. So we also call this career path the no-code area in tech. All right? When you hear about no-code area, we are relating to Agile Project Management. So they are not doing anything coding at all. Your responsibility is to make sure people are working using agile methods. People are working using iterative forms. People are working based on the sprints that we've created, okay, to make sure that they are working on those aspects. So if you are someone that you have leadership skills, you can lead a team, you can organize people, you can make people to do things, then Agile Project Management is for you. There's no technical thing there. There's no mathematics. So if you are running from anything calculation as well, you should run towards Agile Project Management fully. That is where it is meant for you. Next one is data engineers. Now, first I have to say is that these guys, they are very, very heavy on coding. They are very heavy on coding. They are the people that build the back end. They build the pipeline to make sure that everything, they build the architecture. What they are doing is not even visually appealing. They are just fully coding guys. Okay, you're going to learn SQL, learn Python, learn Linux, understand your ETL pipeline, which is extraction, transmission, and then loading. Then understand your Apache Spark, your Apache Airflow, and then cloud engineering. How do you utilize GCP, Azure, and of course, AWS? I know someone asked me whether we do cloud engineering. So cloud engineering is an aspect of data engineering. Okay, so if you're looking to break into cloud engineering, you need to be looking at data engineers. So these guys are like, plumbers that we have in construction companies that their own responsibility is to build the pipelines, making sure that water flows from the overhead tank down to your water system, to your tap, to your shower, and everywhere. That's what data engineers do. They build the pipeline, making sure that data flows within the system. And they are very, very heavy on coding. So if you're someone that wants to get into the aspect of coding, want to be on your own, write your codes and push to prod, then you should get into data engineering. Then for data science, I'm going to explain data scientists and data analytics together, right? And there's a reason for that. I'm going to explain both of them together. Because when we talk about data analytics as a whole, we are looking at 3 basic types. Number 1 is what we call descriptive analytics. We're talking about analytics. We're looking at 3 basic types. Descriptive analytics. Number 2 is diagnostic analytics. Number 3 is predictive analytics. Descriptive is telling you this is what happened. Diagnostic is telling you this is why it's happened. While predictive is telling you this is what is going to happen in the future. Now, a data scientist answers all these 3 basic questions. And by virtue of answering that, you can see the first thing that they are learning is data analytics. Then they move on to forecasting and predictive analytics using Excel, then Tableau SQL. So by virtue of learning these 4 things, all data scientists can work as data analysts. So all data scientists can work as data analysts. I don't know if we'll grab that, but all data analysts cannot work as data scientists. But all data scientists can work as data analysts because they understood Excel, they understood Tableau, and they also understood SQL. And these are all data analytical tools. Then they now move on to the coding aspect of it. So they are slightly coding embedded. So there's slight coding embedded here. Slight coding needed. Moving to your Python programming, how do you now build predictive models that is going to tell you the future? Okay, moving to your machine learning and of course your computer vision. Then move on to GitHub and ChatGPT and of course Microsoft Fabrics. Remember, Daniela, please, I think someone unmuted themselves. Remember what I said, data scientists, all of them can answer this question of descriptive, diagnostic, and descriptive, and predictive rather. Then data analysts, there are people that come into the business to answer questions from data and make business and help businesses to make data-driven business decisions. Okay, so they are not doing predictive, they're not coding anything, which means this last aspect, predictive, is not embedded for them. But they're going to tell you what happened, they're going to tell you why it happened. So if you are someone that you are running from coding, but you like data, go towards data analytics. If you are okay coding, then go towards data science. But the beauty of it all is that it doesn't mean that you can start one and not progress. No, they are all 2 different parallel career paths. Can be a senior data analyst, can be a senior data scientist, and all of you can grow up. But along the line, if you now decide that, you want to add coding to what you are doing, that is you now moving towards data science. I hope that is clear as well. So for nurses on this call, data analytics is actually the easiest way for you to transition because what you've been doing as a nurse is descriptive analysis and diagnostic analysis. Okay, so which means, for instance, if patients come to your hospital, you always ask, what happened? You try to find out, why did this happen? Okay, are you seeing that you're doing the same thing that these guys are doing, just that yours is now tilted towards the health space? So if you are anyone working in the health space sector and you're looking to break into tech, data analytics and data science is there for you. All right, but if you are, maybe your mathematics is not strong, your analytics is not strong, you are running from calculations a little bit, you can start with data analytics. But if you are comfortable with calculation and mathematics, please go towards data science. I don't know if we're all still following me. Are we all still here? I'm going to round up in the next 15 minutes or so. So I'm trying to be as fast as possible and explain all the career paths. For financial analysis and HR analytics, I'm going to explain it together. So these are simply data analysts that have specialized either as a financial or as a people person. So it means that these are data analysts that work in the financial space. You can see the first 4 things that they are learning. This provides them the opportunity to work as a data analyst. Then from accounting fundamentals, where you now move towards your 3 statements of accounting model, that's your cash flow, your balance sheet, and then your income statement. All right? Understanding your accounting fundamentals, moving towards your financial analysis itself, and then financial modeling. How do you model the financials of a business for 5 years? How do you tell them, okay, our sensitivity and scenario analysis? we're looking to do a price change. Let's try out A and B testing. How do you actually do all those things to discover your own price? So if you have financial background, economics, investment banker, you've worked in the banking sector, financial analytics is for you. If you work in organizational settings as a HR, as a people person, as a chief of staff, as a personal assistant, HR analytics is for you because you are learning how to be able to manage people and improve the business. The first 14 also positions you to work as a data analyst, while the downwards now builds you up to now become a HR person. Now, moving on, we're now at this Oga Bata of them or cybersecurity. Now, for cybersecurity, why I call them Oga Bata of them is because it is the only career path that has several other career paths embedded inside it. As a cybersecurity person, some people are network engineers, some are SOC analysts, some are pen testers, some are GRC guys, but they are all cybersecurity guys. So what we do is you are going to be walked through every single one of them. You can see the first 4 things that are learning is understanding your information security principle and of course your risk management. So this positions you to understand your CIA, okay, confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data. That's your ISP. That's the basics, the fundamental on which everything you are doing in cybersecurity is hinged on. All right, then you move on to your network security, which is this next one. So you can see that every single aspect or career path that exists in cybersecurity is fully here. So for instance, just to summarize it, we have the blue team and we have the red team. Blue team is responsible for defense and red team is responsible for attack. All right, so you are going to be passed through every single one of them, and then finally, you're also going to be walked through GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. This one prepares you for pen testing. This one prepares you for SOC analysis. And then, of course, your network engineers. Now, once you've been passed through all this within that 6 months, your internship experience, that 2 months internship, you can now decide where you want to specialize. So I want to specialize just in this. Oh, I want to specialize in just in that. And your internship is going to then be modeled towards that career path. Now, for all these 8 different career paths that I've explained right now, it is for 8 months. 6 months classroom learning, 2 months internship. The class holds on Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. All right? 11 p.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. Morning class, evening class, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time. Now, you don't have to be in both of them. You can only be in one. So choose the time zone that is suitable for you and register. When you're registering, you can select the option of the one that you want. Okay, whether you want to be in the morning class or you want to be in the evening class. Now, we're using West African time because we have several time zones here. So please just do your own calculation and find the one that is stable for you. But if you're in Europe, the morning class 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. will be stable for you. But if you're in North America, that's Canada and US, the evening class 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. will be stable for you because that should be around 10 a.m. Mountain time. So, and all these classes are always recorded. So the reason for this is because as adults, you may have reasons to miss a session, personal reasons, work reasons, relationship reasons, financial reasons. Maybe you have extra shifts. So all your classes are always recorded and you have a lifetime access to it. Now, after the classes, if you have any challenge, we expect you to go through the recorded version, understand it again, come to your closed community, ask questions, and then your facilitator will be there to also assist you with any question that you have. Now, aside the technical skill, we have mentorship session that also holds. All right, on Thursdays, 10 p.m. Watts, and also on Thursdays, 8 p.m. MST. Now, for this mentorship session, it can be in any one that you want. If you want to be in the 10 p.m. West African time, fantastic. If you want to be in the mountain time, which is by 8 p.m., that should be around 3 a.m. West African time or European time. You can choose anyone that you want. Will that be a perceptor in a class or all classes pre-recorded? There's a facilitator in all classes, Fina. So each class has a facilitator. Everybody's not recorded, all right? It's live interactive class. So the same way I'm speaking to you now, that is how someone will be in the class teaching you. All right, so that is why it is hard for you to be in all the classes because it is a live class. Okay, you need to be in just one. Moving on, we have DevOps engineers. And I've not explained this one. Now, these guys have, we have software engineers, we have software guys. Okay, and then we have IT operations. Okay, let's call them operations guys. We have software dev, and we have IT operations. These guys serve as the bridge between both of them. Because whenever you've developed a product, consistently, there are things that are needed. That product can break down. Someone needs to work on it. So you can see this never-ending loop that is existing here. Right? You can see this loop that is existing here. This is simply DevOps. Right? First is the product is built. Okay, product is built, and of course, is now moved to testing. From testing, is released to IT operations for us to start using, which means it has not been deployed, and then it's not being operated on. It's also now being monitored also, and then they've noticed an issue. It's now coming back to development again, back to the planning phase, back to coding, and back to this. So DevOps engineers are responsible for this never-ending loop. They are in between software development and IT operations. And of course, this is where most organizations are tilting towards. They don't want just a software developer. They want a DevOps engineer, someone that should be able to develop and then also be able to look at the operational aspect of things. So if you're someone that you also have a knack for the software development and all those aspects, you should be looking at DevOps engineering. Okay, and all these are part of things that you are going to be learning. First off, you're going to understand DevOps fundamentals, also Linux essential. Then you move on to your CI and CD foundation, CI/CD. Now, most people feel like continuous integration and continuous delivery is just what DevOps guys do. No. So you're also going to be looking at containerization, your Kubernetes, and several other things. I don't want to bore us with the technicalities. But if you have that software development skills and you want to be able to harness it, you want to also learn it, DevOps is for you. Now, DevOps is different. It is also for 8 months like all the other ones, but the classes is only one class. Morning class, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So it's an afternoon class rather, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. All right, so we have to find an in-between time zone that is suitable for people in America and also suitable for people in the United Kingdom. And that falls between 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. Now, everything is the same thing like I've already mentioned. You have access to recorded classes, full-time sessions, and also the mentorship classes. Now, the next one is product design. If you're someone that you used to be a graphic designer, an architect, an interior designer, you have a knack for colors and bringing things visual appealing and making sure that customers' journey moves properly, you should be looking at product design. Okay? So it's the process of figuring out how something should work. That is the simple term. How should this work? For instance, your company wants to move into ride hailing. Someone needs to build let's use Uber as an example. Someone needs to build a skeletal form before the software developer will now build it out. That is what the product designers do. So you're going to understand the UX foundations, and then also you understand the wireframes, the visual design and prototyping, and then you now move on to usability testing. You're going to be learning Figma, which is your main tool for design, and then Framer, and of course, Notion. All right? Now, this program is only for 4 months. You have your 3 months classroom learning, and then your 1 month internship experience. And same thing also applies here, guys. So sorry about this. The class holds once also, all right? It holds once, which is just 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., right? It holds 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays, and then everything is also the same. So I hope by this, we now understand every single program, and right now we've been able to select a course that is suitable for us. Because all this I've been doing now is to make sure that you're not going towards a career path that is not meant for you. Okay, I hope as at now, everybody on this call, we understand the career path that we should tilt towards. Please, if you don't understand yet, call me back. But if you understand the career path that is meant for you, please drop a comment, drop a something so that I'll be sure. I like encouragement. It makes me to know that people are actually listening to me and I'm not speaking to myself. All right. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, OrderFlow58. This means that at least 3 people understood what I've been saying for the last 2 hours. Now, the question now is, how can you start today? If you are just joining us, we've discussed a lot. Okay. And for everyone, please, let's make sure we fill the attendance form so that we can share the slide with you and also the recorded version of this masterclass. But the question is, how can you start today? Now, if you are looking to kickstart your 2026 on a high, our next cohort is starting on January 10th, 2026. Guys, sorry about that. It is January 10th, 2026. I think we're already doing this mistake. Sorry, it is January 10th, 2026. So if you are looking to kickstart your own career path come 2026, our next cohort is starting on January 10th of 2026. And we always start a new cohort on the first Saturday of each month. And for all our courses, going into next year is $1,200. But right now, it is discounted by 50%, which means you get to pay $600 for you to be able to break into any of the courses from number 1 to number 9. $600 and you are in. For product design, which is for 4 months, it is $720 full amount. But you pay $360, 50% discount, and you also have it in. So, and you can pay instrumentally, can pay $150, $150, $150, $150 across January, February, March, and then you can have it in. For product design, you can also get to pay $120, $120, $120 for 3 months, and you also get to be in. So this discount is not for everyone. Okay, it is not for everyone. Once we hit 20, the price goes back to the full amount. Right? Once we hit 20 in those programs, the price goes back to the full amount. And what happens after sessions like this is that people always register ASAP. Right? And how can you secure your spots? Right? So I'm going to walk us through how to secure our spots. So simply click on the link that my colleague just dropped in the comment section. So once you click on that link, it's going to bring you to our enrollment page. So all you have to do at that point is simply click on the one that is meant for you, right? Simply click on the one that is meant for you. So this is the link. Once you click the link, it's going to bring you to our main page. Okay, look for the one that you want to go for. For instance, I want to go for data science, full stack data science. I'll simply click on buy now. So once I click on buy now, it is going to bring me to this next page where I can now select. All right, once I click on buy now, it's going to bring me to this next page. I can now select the enroll now option. Okay, so quickly, it's coming up. Just 1 second, it is coming up. So once you click on buy now, it's going to take you to the next page and you're going to click on enroll now. And this is simply our end of year discount. Once the number is filled up, the price goes back to the full amount. Once the number is filled up, the price goes back to the full amount. All right, I've clicked on buy now. It is taking time to come up. This is taking time to come up. I really want to walk us through this step because it's very, very crucial. But this is taking time to come up. Just 1 second, guys. Just 1 second. I'm going to try and troubleshoot my internet again. All right, just 1 second, but just work with me. Work with it. It's 500 discount over. Elizabeth, it is over. It is over. You know what happens most times that when we tell people that this is actually happening, it is actually happening. 500 discount is over. And I can assure you that this $600 discount is not going to last for more than 2 weeks. It's not even going to last for more than a week because everybody that I've seen that 500 is over is going to try to take advantage right now and secure their spots. So I'll advise you as fast as possible to leverage this other option to get your own spots. All right. So it is $600 that is currently going right now. And once that discount is over, the price goes back to the full amount, which is $8,200. Right? Once that one is over, the price goes back to the full amount, which is $8,200. And I wouldn't want anyone that have seen this product at 500, at 600 to now come back and be saying, oh, it is now over what I have budgeted. All right. So now is the best time for you to secure your own option. Okay, I'm really having issues bringing this up. I'm struggling bringing this up. Just 1 moment, guys. 1 moment. We are going to definitely win this. We are definitely going to win this. Okay. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this device to try and log into it. Okay, so quickly, let's click on the link that my colleagues are dropping, and it's going to bring you to our page. All right, so let me log in using this so that we can also be able to see how it works. So once you are able to log in and select the courses that you are going for, dev at 10analytics.io, all you have to now do at that very moment is to select the course that you want. So I'm going to share my screen now so that we can also see what I'm talking about. Just one moment, I should be able to share my screen. For some reasons, I have to do this with my iPad. My laptop is not coming up, but then we'll have to do this because it's very, very crucial. Please, let's confirm that we can see my screen. Let's all confirm that we all can see my screen. Can we see my screen, please? Can we all see my screen? Please, all right, thank you, Daniela. Okay, thank you, yes. All right, so once you get into the link, all you have to do is scroll down and look for the program that you want to go for. For this one, I'm going for full stack data science, so I'll simply click on the buy now option. All right, once I click on the buy now option, click on enroll now. So when you click on enroll now, then click on the sign up option. So at this stage, all you have to do is simply put your name. My name is Chuks Chukwemeka. My email address is this. Let me bring my email address so that I can be able to utilize this. So make sure you log in using your own email address as well. So let me bring up my email address. Okay, let me create a temporary email that I can utilize for this training purpose. So I'm going to use this email address, nasigo77 at bialode. Hope we're all doing this with me, bialode.com. All right, and then I put my phone number, which is simply this. So once you do that, agree that I've read the terms and conditions, and then simply click on create account. So once you do this, it's going to tell you account created successfully. And then you are into this next page. You're going to see 50% discount applied instantly for you. So you have the option to decide if you want to start in January 10th, or if you want to defer to start in February. Okay, this second option is for February. So you have the option to decide if you want to start in January or if you want to start in February. All right, if you want to start in January or if you want to start in February. So you can now decide how you want to structure your own payment. Do you want to pay it one off? Do you want to pay in 2 installments? Or do you want to pay in 3 installments or 4 installments? You can see the beauty. If you pay 1 or 2 off, you get extra knockoff. You can see that you're saving extra dollars when you pay fully once or in 2 installments. But if you're going for the 3 or 4, that is where you have to pay the full 600. And for me, because I don't have the full amount right now, I'm going to try and pay in 4 different installments. So once you select that, simply click on apply discount. When you click on that apply discount, you're going to see applying discount. Just a moment, is now showing you all this. Your name, Chukwemeka Ikpa, your email address, your surname, your phone number, and everything. You can see my first payment, which is 150, is due today, December 6th. My next payment is due January 6th. Next one is February 5th, and next one is March 7th. You can see how it's structured. But let's assume that maybe your income doesn't come that early. Want it to be towards the ending of the month. You can click on this place that we have edit dates, and then select that you want your next payment to be on 27th, and then click on save. You can see your first payment is now December 6th. Your second payment is now January 27th. Your third payment is now January 26th. And then your last payment is now March 28th. So these are things that we do to make sure that people are not boxed up, right? You have that opportunity to be able to, pay easily. Okay, I was told that there will be no video by one of your colleagues, and still just said a different. Okay, John, I'm going to take that question. Let me just finish this explanation. I'm going to answer that. All right. So once you are done doing this, confirm that your information is correct. Confirm that you've read the terms and conditions. Please ensure that you read that terms and conditions and simply click on pay now. So once you click on that pay now, you are going to be brought to this page where we now expect you to fill your card details. All right. And the beauty of this is that no matter where you are joining from, you can actually make payments. If you are in Canada, you're going to be seeing the price in card. If you're in US, you're going to be seeing the pricing in USD. If you're in UK, you're going to be seeing the pricing in pounds. If you're in Nigeria, you will see it in NG, and if you're in Ghana, you see it in cedis. All right. So at this stage, all you have to do is simply put your details. So let me simply put my own details. You don't have to do this with me because this is a developer account. So most likely it is not going to work for you. So if you're trying to copy my details, it is not going to work for you. So the name on the account is Chukwuemeka, and I simply click on pay. So once you do this, that is simply all that you need. Once you do this, that is simply all that you need. And your payment is going to be processed, and it's going to tell you whether it is successful or whether it is not successful. So right now you are seeing clearly payment successful. Congratulations, you have successfully enrolled in your course. Welcome to Tenalytics. All right, so at this stage, what you have to now do is simply for you to click on Go to Dashboard. Now, when you click on Go to Dashboard, it's going to try to verify your email. All right, because you provided that email and it needs to validate that it is actually you. So a code will be sent to your email address. So all you have to do is go to that email address you are registering with and simply look for the email that we are going to send to you. So I'm looking at my own email address and I'm trying to bring up the code so that I can also be able to add it here, and we are going to see how this is working ASAP. Okay, so I think my code should be up now. It's verifying me. So let me get my own code so that we can actually see how it works easily. All right, so I'm back in my email account. Let me check my email address and to see if I have any email. All right, it's still loading. But for you, because you're using your real email, once you do it, you're going to get your email straight in your inbox, and you're going to have that opportunity for you to be able to get your code immediately. So once you put the code here, all you have to now do at that moment is to verify. And once you verify it, you are instantly inside the learning management system. So at that stage, you have to now complete your onboarding process. Once you complete your onboarding process, there is nothing else that you are waiting for. Okay, once you complete your onboarding process, you are going to now be inside the LMS and everything is going to be fully there for you. I hope this explanation is very, very, very clear for anyone. At this stage, I don't know if there's any question from anybody, but this is the point where I take every question. So I need to leave for an important meeting. Okay, Steve, all right, make sure you fill the attendance form. Do you have any question from anyone so that I can also be able to take all those questions right now? Do we have any question from anybody? Do we have any question from anybody? Please feel free to use the raise hand icon and I'm going to answer that question, or please drop it in the comment section and I'm also going to pick it up from there. Okay, I need to stop sharing so that, all right, I've stopped sharing here. Let me continue sharing here. Can I use Naira card? Yes, you can. Okay, yes, you can. So you can use Naira card to make payments. So remember what I said, Elizabeth, anywhere you are at, it's going to pick your geolocation and give you the pricing in your own local currency. All right. So if you are in Nigeria rather, they're going to see it there. And then on that same website, let's assume you are even in Canada or US, you have a place that you can also toggle and select the currency that you want to make payments in. All right. You also have a place that you can toggle to select the currency that you want to make payments in. I hope that explains it for you as well, Elizabeth. All right. Do you have any question for any other person? Let me check. I was given DevOps engineer by the quiz. However, I would have loved data science. Fantastic, Nancy. So what you also want to go for is data science, please go for it. All right. So what the quiz does is that it gives you the transferable skills where your skills are allied towards. All right. And for this instance, DevOps engineering, it means that you have a little bit of coding understanding. You have a little bit of software skills. Okay. You have a little bit of all those understanding. So, and if you can also apply it in data science, it can actually be a very, very conducive career path for you, Nancy. So I advise you to go for that, Nancy. Is this in card comfort? So card, my explanation was in USD. All right. But no matter where you are joining from, you are going to see the pricing in your own local currency. All right. No matter where you are joining from, you are going to see the pricing in your own local currency. I would love to have a playback video in this class. Rachel, yes, please. Make sure you fill the attendance form. Once you fill the attendance form, you are going to get the playback video once the session is over. All right, so I'm scrolling to know if there are questions. There are no other questions. Does it mean that we all understood what I just explained? how much is the least payment we can pay instrumental for data analytics? It is 150 USD, right? Tell me it is 150 USD. So that is what you can use to secure your own spot. But you can now change it to your own local currency. I think in Naira, it should be 200,000 Naira. In different currencies, it is different amounts, right? And once you pay the first payments now, your next payment is in January. Your other pay or second payment will be in February. And then your last payment will now be in March. Okay, Nancy, I think your hand is up. I'm going to ask you to unmute now. I have done my payment some days back. Can I use my phone for the class or laptop? Please, you can use only laptop. All right, you can only use a laptop. Yeah, Nancy, please go ahead.
Yeah, so my question is, I followed you before on Nanel's platform on YouTube, and I'm currently doing my project management certification. So I think I contacted one of your customer service, and then I asked about an internship, which I told the person maybe I can start somewhere next year because I'll be done with the certification by March. So I need more clarification regarding the internship.
All right, fantastic. So what you are looking to do is just the internship, Nancy.
Yeah.
All right. So remember the internship that we do, we are doing it in partnership with a different organization, which is Amdare. All right. So they are the ones that is fully focused on the internship perspective. But the internship is not coming to teach you how to use tools. It's providing you avenue to work using all those tools that you're supposed to know. For instance, which career path are you tilting towards, Nancy?
Project management.
Huh?
Project management.
Do you know how to use Jira, Trello, and Confluence?
No, I'm not perfect in them.
All right. So the issue now is that internship is not going to teach you how to use the tools. Internship is bringing you in to give you projects for you to work on. So this is one mistake that people make sometimes, right? Remember, it's just like you're getting into a company to work as an intern. You're not going there for them to now tell you, oh, let's assume you are a project manager and you're coming in to intern with them, and they're not going to teach you, oh, this is how to use Jira, this is how to use this. No, it's not going to happen. So it is now for you to work on projects and now learn and build up your experience from there. So this is one major challenge with it, because internship wouldn't teach you. The classes will teach you how to use the tools. Now, after you've mastered how to use it and you've worked on projects in the classes as well, you're now moving on to the internship side for you to now continuously build on your experience and have a lot of experience that you can comfortably be able to speak from. So that's the difference. So if you feel comfortable that, oh, you understand the tools and what you need is just for you to go and work on projects, then you should go towards internship. But if you don't know how to use the tools, I suggest that you start from learning the classes itself, from learning the tools itself, rather. I don't know if that answered your question, Nancy.
Yeah, then I think maybe I will learn the tools perfectly before I join, because I did it partly in my master's, and then I'm doing the the project management certification itself.
Nancy, I'm struggling to hear you. Hi, Nancy, I'm struggling to hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is I did the theory in my master's, and then I'm doing the certification also. So I would perfect myself with the tools, then I hop on onto the internship course. Coming back again to the class will just make double payment, you understand?
Exactly. So for someone like you, Nancy, the 8 months, what's always discouraged people is thinking that, before they can land a job, they have to be in the class for 8 months. No. So for someone like you that you've had your master's degree in it, you have some certification in it, once you start the program 2 months after, we expect you to start looking for jobs immediately. Because at that level, you already have some understanding of how to use Jira. So with that, we expect to start looking for jobs. So your story is suitable to Hope's story. So I don't know if you can see my screen, Hope. So Hope also had a master's from project management. She had that certification of project management and Scrum Master certification, but she doesn't know how to use those tools. So when she joined our own program by September of 2024, by December, she had already landed a job. But remember, it is an 8-month program. So it is now for you to know that, oh, do I want to continue or do I want to drop off? Of course, Hope finished her own classes, because if you drop off, it means that there are some tools that you're not going to learn. So that's why we always advise, even when you land a job, make sure that you continuously find a way to keep up with the classes, because all those learning points are vital for the next job that you're going to want to get into. I don't know if that answered your question, Nancy.
Okay. So I would think about that aspect and see what happens.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Okay, let me check to see if there are other questions in the comment section. I can't see any other one. iPhone, you're dropping your name. I don't know the reason for that. Please, what about someone that has made payments before? Zoom user, if you've made payment before, that means you're supposed to have started your own classes. Have you started your own classes, or did you defer that you want to start in January? If you've made your own payments already, of course, you don't have to make a second one. All you have to now do is continuously complete your own payment. If you've registered already, you don't have to register again. All right. So Zoom user, do you want to unmute and speak? Okay, I think you are the one that said, okay, it's not you that dropped your name. Zoom user, do you want to unmute and clarify what you are driving at, please? Because it's very, very important for me. Your name is not there. That's why I'm calling you Zoom user. That's the name that we are seeing. Hi, Zoom user. Are you there? I've asked
Hi,
you to
good
unmute.
evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, I made payment and I deferred to start this month. So that's why I'm asking, what am I supposed to do now?
Oh, you were not contacted to start because your classes started today.
Oh,
You
so
must
I'm
have
not
been
supposed to
added.
be here?
No, you were in class today, right?
I just joined this one.
Were
I
you in
didn't
class
join
today?
any other.
All right, please, do you mind send me a direct message with your full name? All right, send me a direct message with your full name and that you registered with us so that we can look at and
Okay.
contact you after this. All right, direct message
Okay.
right now on this platform. All right.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so for every other person, just to also reiterate, consistently, we try to do things for the community. Last month, we had our hackathon where a couple of people, over 10 people, went home with over $5,000 worth of products. All right. And that is also the reason why we are having this discounted price existing right now. But as soon as the numbers hit the amount which we are looking at, 20, once it hits 20, the price goes back to the full amount. Okay, the price goes back to the full amount, which is 8,200 for all the program, and then 720 for product design. Right now, it is 600 for all the products and 360 for product design. You can pay installments 150, 150, 150, 150. Okay, now is the best time if you are looking to also get into this program for you to be able to take care of sport. I've made payments too. How old is the institution? In Njoku Derrick. In Njoku Derrick, if you're asking me, we've been existing since 2020. We are over 5 years. And for that 5 years that we've been existing, we've helped over 3,000 people to move from our classroom into landing their first jobs. I advise you to fill the attendance form so that we can share the recorded version of this conversation with you. You can go through the slide, go through every single thing that we've discussed, and be able to familiarize yourself with analytics as well. Okay? I hope that answers it. Are you guys going to contact us before the 10th of January? HP. Yes, HP. Of course, once you register, we are going to contact you. We are going to send welcome kits to you. We're going to call you to also let you know. We're also going to send you an email to let you know your classes. So once you join, you're going to be added to a WhatsApp community. You are going to be added to a Google Classroom. All right. So if you've made payments, please check your emails. Please, I beg of you, please check your emails, because this is what we've realized many times, that people don't look at their emails to actually see all these things. Please check your emails, check your spam, check your junk, for you to be able to have access to all these things that I am speaking about. Okay? I'm just joining now. Please can send a direct message. I have a question. Can I send? I don't know the question that you have. If you're just joining now, Jane, I would advise you to fill the attendance form. After the session, we're going to send the link to the recorded version of this class, and then also the slide that we use for this conversation. We're going to send all of them to you. Okay? Okay, I also have same issue. I was added to the WhatsApp group, but no class invites. iPhone, that is not so. That is not so. All right, please, let's check. Check the WhatsApp community we're added to. The classes started today, 11 a.m. Today was your onboarding session. All right, please, please, I will advise you to please reach out to us. All right, if you've made payments and you are having challenges starting your class, please look at this email on my screen, admissions@analytics.io. Please send us an email as fast as possible. Please just send it today. Can we all see my screen? Can you see this email that is right here? Admissions@analytics.io. Please send us that email right away so that we can actually be able to find out what the challenge is. All right? This email right here on my screen, admissions@analytics.io. Please send us an email so that we can actually be able to resolve the issue. All right. Okay, I think that is all the questions that we have right here. I'm in the November cohort, but I would like to inquire about the session's topic. I'm in the November cohort, but I would like to inquire about the session's topic. Jen, if you're already in the November cohort, you don't actually need to be here. Trust me, everything that we're discussing with people externally, we're going to have a mentorship session for you. All right. For instance, I don't know if you joined the mentorship session for yesterday that was fully on how to go about your global talent visa. All right. So consistently, we're going to be having all these sessions for everyone that's already in the program. Okay. Consistently, we are going to be having all these sessions. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jen. And Jen, if you also have a question, please contact your class coordinator, your data associate. Tell them you want to speak to me or to anybody, and I'm going to arrange that conversation to happen. Okay, that's for Jane that's already within the cohort. All right, you can speak to a data associate or you want to speak to Chukwemeka, and I'm going to facilitate that conversation to happen as soon as possible. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you, Jen. All right, so like I said earlier, this discount is just for the first 20 people, and just for a catch also. For the first 20 that is going to register today, for a first 20 to register today, you're going to also participate in the exclusive session on how to go about your Tech Nation endorsements. Okay, and of course, how to apply for your global talent visa with a free 15 minutes. After the entire session, you have a free 15 minutes one-on-one with the consultants that we are bringing in. Okay, for you to know how do you go about this. But this is just for the first 20 to secure their spot today. All right, please, let's make sure that in the next couple of minutes, in the next couple of hours, that we are also able to secure our spot so that we can also partake with this exclusive offer that you also have. Okay, now when you are done with the entire training, of course, you're also going to be getting a certificate from us that is fully accredited by the American Council of Training and Development, ACTD. So you're going to be getting this certificate that is fully accredited to show that you've actually been trained by us. And the certificate is verifiable and fully acceptable. Right? Last year, we got into the Our Better Catalyzer program. This year, we got into the Dohe Accelerator program. And it's just with one singular aim. How do we help more people to break into tech? Last year, we helped around 255 people or 355 people break into tech. This year, we've helped over 400, 500 people to be able to also break into tech. And it is consistently. How do we keep on doubling this number? So everything on my slide, they're all success stories of people that have been able to make this move before you. Every single thing here are all success stories of others. So for you to be able to get this slide and also hear from other people, for you to also be able to contact them, please feel free to fill the attendance form so that by the end of this session, we are going to send the link to you, right? Please make sure that you fill the attendance form so that we are going to be able to send this slide to you. So everything that you're seeing here, they are all success stories of people that have been able to make this switch from being a full-time stay-at-home mom or from being a career or a carer or a support worker or from different career paths into the tech space. I always end my conversation with one thing. The best time to get into tech is now. And if you are looking to get into tech come 2026, the best time to water that ground is now. Because tomorrow, it might be too late. Thank you so much for listening to me for the last 2 hours, 30 minutes. I can't wait to see you in the class come January 10th. Remember, secure your spot as fast as possible, because once this section is over, once the full 20 people are also secured, the price will go back to the full amount. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers, everyone, and let's have a wonderful afternoon, wonderful morning, or wonderful night's rest. Bye, guys.